Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. The tension inside the Miami Dolphins locker room has reportedly reached boiling point after shocking comments allegedly made by star wide receiver TYREEK Hill toward quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. According to sources close to the team, Hill's frustration boiled over during a closed-door meeting following their recent offensive struggles, leading to what insiders are describing as an emotional outburst. The alleged remarks, which reportedly questioned Tua's leadership and decision-making under pressure, have set off a wave of speculation across the NFL community. Many within the organization are said to be stunned by Hill's words, especially given how strongly he had once defended Tua in public interviews. This sudden shift has sparked whispers that all is not well behind the scenes in Miami, and that the chemistry that once defined their high-powered offense might be crumbling. Though no official statement has been released by either player, insiders insist that this confrontation could have lasting consequences for the Dolphins' locker room dynamics. The timing couldn't be worse, as Miami heads into a crucial stretch of the season with playoff implications hanging in the balance. Fans are now left wondering, has the Hill-Tua partnership finally hit an unfixable breaking point? Behind the scenes, teammates reportedly tried to calm the situation, but the damage may already be done. One insider revealed that Hill's tone during the exchange was beyond heated, pointing to deeper frustrations that have been simmering for weeks. Miami's offense, once the most explosive in the league, has shown signs of inconsistency lately, with dropped passes, miscommunication on routes, and questionable play calls leading to growing dissatisfaction. Hill, known for his fiery competitiveness, allegedly confronted Tua about missed reads and poor ball placement, suggesting that the quarterback wasn't taking accountability for the offense's dip in performance. The room reportedly fell silent as Tua responded calmly but firmly, defending his preparation and leadership. What followed, according to one witness, was a tense stare-down that left coaches and players unsure of how to intervene. Since then, practices have reportedly felt colder, with less joking and camaraderie than usual. Team insiders suggest that head coach Mike McDaniel is aware of the incident and working behind the scenes to repair the rift before it derails the season. Still, sources say the atmosphere feels off, as if something fundamental between the two stars has cracked. The irony in all this is hard to ignore. Just a year ago, Hill was Tua's loudest supporter, famously proclaiming that the Dolphins' quarterback was more accurate than Patrick Mahomes. That public endorsement became a viral moment, cementing their reputation as one of the league's most entertaining duos. Their chemistry on the field seemed undeniable: deep bombs, lightning-fast routes, and electric celebrations after touchdowns. But according to some voices inside the team, that chemistry has recently turned into quiet resentment. Hill reportedly feels that the play calling hasn't maximized his potential and that Tua hasn't been aggressive enough in targeting him during key moments. On the other side, Tua is said to be growing weary of what he sees as Hill's increasing impatience and lack of trust in the system. The dynamic that once fueled highlight reels may now be fueling frustration. Some within the organization worry that this tension could spill over into public view if the Dolphins suffer another tough loss. In the high-stakes world of professional football, relationships can shift fast, and this one appears to be teetering on the edge. Insiders describe the mood at practice as noticeably different. Normally, Hill's energy and humor light up the field, keeping spirits high even on tough days. But lately, his body language has told a different story: less laughter, fewer smiles, and more quiet conversations on the sideline. Several teammates have tried to mediate, encouraging both stars to sit down privately and clear the air before the situation worsens. However, sources claim those conversations haven't yet happened. Some believe Hill's frustration may also be tied to his own performance metrics, which have dipped slightly in recent weeks as opposing defenses key in on him. The Dolphins' offensive rhythm depends heavily on timing and trust between Tua and Hill, and if that trust falters, the entire system can unravel quickly. It's not just about numbers. It's about chemistry, momentum, and belief. One team staffer reportedly said, "You can feel the tension, like everyone's walking on eggshells." For a team with Super Bowl ambitions, internal drama like this could prove devastating if it's not addressed soon. While no cameras have captured the alleged confrontation, whispers are spreading fast across NFL circles. Analysts are already dissecting the situation, questioning whether Miami's locker room has the maturity to handle adversity. Some former players have chimed in, suggesting that Hill's competitive nature can sometimes cross the line between passion and pressure. Others argue that such confrontations, though uncomfortable, can sometimes light a fire under a team. Still, what's raising eyebrows is the timing. This rumored blow-up comes just as Miami faces its toughest stretch of the season, including divisional matchups that could define their playoff fate. Fans have taken to social media, posting theories, memes, and even videos dissecting sideline interactions between Tua and Hill. Every handshake, every glance, every missed connection is now under the microscope. Whether this story is exaggerated or entirely true, the fact that it's circulating at all shows how fragile the perception of unity can be in the NFL. The Dolphins have always thrived on swagger, but right now, that swagger looks shaken. For head coach Mike McDaniel, the situation presents an enormous test of leadership. His reputation as a player's coach means he must now find a way to navigate egos, emotions, and expectations without losing the locker room. Privately, team insiders say McDaniel has already addressed the group, urging them to keep it internal and focus on winning games. Still, as rumors continue to swirl, the challenge isn't just repairing relationships, it's controlling the narrative. In today's social media age, perception often becomes reality. If Hill and Tua can't project unity publicly, the media storm will only intensify. Some sources claim McDaniel has considered organizing a one-on-one session between the two stars, away from cameras and teammates, to rebuild trust. Others believe the only true solution will come on the field: touchdowns, wins, and proof that their connection still works. For now, though, all eyes are on Miami, waiting to see if this rumored rift is just a spark, or the beginning of a full-blown firestorm that could derail the Dolphins' promising season. Part 2. As the rumor mill keeps spinning, what's unfolding inside the Dolphins facility feels like the start of a make-or-break chapter for Miami's 2025 campaign. Players close to the situation have reportedly tried to downplay the drama, insisting that brothers argue all the time, but privately, some admit this feels different. TYREEK Hill is not just any player. He's the emotional engine of the team, the guy who sets the tone every Sunday. When that energy turns negative, it ripples through the entire roster. Sources say even the younger receivers have started to sense the tension, becoming more cautious in meetings and drills. The once vibrant receiver room, filled with laughter and trash talk, now feels quieter, more businesslike. Meanwhile, Tua is said to be leaning on his inner circle for support, determined to rise above the noise. He's reportedly spending extra hours studying film, hoping to silence critics by letting his play do the talking. But for every highlight he delivers, the whispers persist. Is the trust between him and TYREEK really gone? For a team that built its identity around speed, precision, and connection, the slow erosion of that bond could prove fatal if not mended quickly. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? From a broader perspective, this controversy strikes at the heart of Miami's ambitions. The Dolphins have spent years constructing a roster built to win now: speed on offense, versatility on defense, and a coaching staff known for creativity. But when internal chemistry falters, even the most talented teams can collapse under pressure. Some analysts believe this rumored dispute could test the franchise's culture in ways it's never been tested before. McDaniel's entire philosophy hinges on trust and communication. If that breaks, the Dolphins could find themselves spiraling. It's a delicate balance between letting emotions fuel performance and letting them fracture unity. Sources claim that certain veteran players, including defensive leaders, have privately urged both stars to hash things out, warning that any division could infect the locker room. Others within the organization remain optimistic, suggesting that Hill and Tua's shared competitive fire might actually push them to perform better. Still, every game now carries added drama, as fans and media alike watch for any sign of lingering tension between the two men who once embodied Miami's revival. The fans' reactions have been just as divided as the locker room allegedly is. On social media, factions have formed, one side defending Hill's intensity as the mark of a true competitor, the other criticizing him for undermining team unity. Some even accuse the media of exaggerating the situation, pointing out that star players argue all the time without it becoming front-page news. But what keeps this story alive is Hill's reputation. His personality is larger than life, and when someone like him speaks up, people listen. Even his silence since the rumors began has fueled speculation that there's truth to the reports. Meanwhile, TUA's stoic demeanor has been both praised and questioned. Is he showing composure, or is he quietly fuming beneath the surface? The narrative has become almost cinematic. Two stars, once perfectly in sync, now seemingly at odds amid the bright lights of a playoff chase. And as every camera focuses in on their sideline interactions, the question lingers: can this story end in redemption, or are we witnessing the first cracks in a golden partnership? Around the league, other players and analysts have begun chiming in, some defending Hill's passion while others urge caution. Former teammates of both men have spoken out anonymously, claiming this isn't the first time emotions have flared during tough stretches. One ex-Dolphin suggested that Hill's high standards sometimes make him impatient when things don't click instantly. Another insider noted that TUA's calm, almost reserved nature can frustrate fiery personalities who crave visible intensity. The truth, as always, is likely somewhere in between. Every great quarterback-receiver duo experiences friction. It's the price of ambition. The challenge lies in whether that friction sharpens performance or erodes trust. So far, neither player has made any public statement, and the Dolphins organization has refused to comment beyond a vague reminder that a team matters stay internal. But silence, in the modern NFL, often speaks volumes. Fans can sense when something's off, and until they see Hill and TUA celebrating together again, doubts will continue to swirl like a storm cloud over South Beach. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.